The waiting list is dead. It's February 2026 and the greatest hype tax in the history of horology has finally vanished. If you've spent the last 4 years being told you weren't important enough to buy a steel sports watch, I have a message for you. The power has just shifted back to the collector. While the investors are busy panic selling their portfolios, the rest of us are finally getting our hobby back. Today, we're breaking down the 2026 market reset. We're looking at why Rolex prices have hit a ceiling, why Tudor is officially the king of the centenary, and the 5 specific models you can and should buy right now without playing a single game. Welcome back to Luxe Pulse. Let's look at the numbers. Let's be real, the last few years were exhausting. We saw stainless steel submariners trading for double their retail price and waitlists that stretched into the next decade. But as we sit here in 2026, the data tells a different story. In the UK, a steel Rolex GMT-Master II now retails for over £10,000. At that price point, the easy money for flippers has evaporated. When the gap between retail and resale closes, the speculators leave the room. This is the market reset. It's the moment where a watch stops being a liquid asset and starts being a timepiece again. For the first time since 2017, we are seeing steel professional models like the Explorer 2 and even the Sea Dweller sitting in AD windows for more than 24 hours. I want to hear from you in the comments right now. Have you noticed a change at your local AD? Are they suddenly finding watches in the back that were impossible to get 6 months ago? Let's map out the UK market together. While the modern market resets, a new era of value has emerged, neo-vintage. Specifically, the Holes case era of the late 90s and early 2000s. Why am I obsessed with the 14060, including the M and the 16710 in 2026? It's because these watches represent the last of the best. Before Rolex moved to the super case and ceramic bezels, they were making watches with soul. The 14060, including the revised M sub, is the purest expression of a dive watch, 2 lines of text, a rattling bracelet, and proportions that actually fit a human wrist. These aren't just cheaper alternatives to modern Rolexes, they are historical artifacts. In a world of shiny, scratch-resistant ceramic, an aluminium bezel that fades and tells the story of your life is the ultimate enthusiast flex. As the modern market cools, these neo-vintage pieces are holding steady because they aren't tied to the hype cycle. They are tied to history. We cannot talk about 2026 without talking about the Shield. This is Tudor's 100th anniversary. In 1926, Hans Wilsdorf set out to create a watch that offered Rolex-level reliability at a more attainable price. A century later, Tudor has arguably surpassed the master in terms of enthusiast engagement. While Rolex moved upmarket to compete with Holy Trinity brands, Tudor stayed in the trenches with us. The Black Bay 58 and the Pelagos 39 aren't just budget Rolexes anymore. They are the standard bearers for what a tool watch should be. With the 2026 centenary models featuring meters-certified movements and the incredible T-fit clasp across the entire range, the question isn't why buy a Tudor? It's why are you still waiting for a Rolex? If you had £4,000 to spend today, a brand new centenary edition Tudor with a 5-year warranty, or a 20-year-old neo-vintage Rolex with character, which way are you leaning? Drop a Shield or a Crown in the comments. Okay, let's get tactical. If you want to buy into the 2026 market without getting burned, these are the 5 models that represent the best cost per wear value right now. The Rolex Explorer II Polar. In 2026, this is the best value modern Rolex. It's rugged, it has the GMT function, and it's finally available at retail without a 3-year wait. The Tudor Black Bay 58, the market reset king. It's the perfect size, the perfect colour, and on the secondary market, it's a total steal. The Rolex Submariner 14060. As we discussed, this is the neo-vintage sweet spot. It's the most Rolex ever made, the Longines spirit. I'm throwing a curveball here. Longines is the value champion of 2026. This GMT offers 90% of the Rolex experience for 30% of the price. The Rolex Explorer 1. The most underrated watch in the catalogue. It's the insider's choice that bypasses the sub-hype. I want to end on a personal note. For the last 5 years, we've been told to look at our wrists and see profit. We've been told to keep our watches in stickers, in safes, and in boxes. That era is over. The market reset isn't just about prices, it's about a reset in our mindset. A luxury watch is a terrible investment if you're too scared to wear it. In 2026, we are reclaiming the hobby. We're buying watches because they look beautiful, because the engineering is incredible, and because they mark a moment in our lives. If it loses 10% in value over the next decade, who cares? You got 10 years of memories for the price of a few nights in a hotel. That is the Luxe Pulse philosophy. We don't follow the crowd, we lead the collection. If you're ready to stop chasing green arrows and start building a collection with actual soul, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and join the Luxe Pulse community. We are the heartbeat of horology in 2026. I'll see you in the next one.